Wow, this is so unlike me. I'm actually exactly on time. I am going to wait here and let's see if who all joins us this morning. We have a hot Saturday here, so I'm pretty sure that quite a few people are probably trying to get as much stuff done outside before it gets too tremendously hot, although I think it's already hot. Just saying. So I've taken refuge in my craft room all day today. It is going to be one of those days, I think. So yes, I am sorry. I have been kind of not really flighty, but I have not been on or posting like I normally do. My silly craft room decided to, I'm trying to meld two craft rooms into one. Because I started getting my mother-in-law's craft room, my late mother-in-law's craft room stuff about a month and a half ago, and I've been trying to meld my stuff with her stuff and get everything into a workable craft room. And even though I thought that I had planned enough last year in my first revamp, I apparently did not do a good enough job. And so I ended up having to add more storage and move things around and such. And I still have a pile of totes and boxes that I still have yet to get melded in more. But at least I can see my paper crafting desk now. So that's a plus. So anyway, I was trying to figure out, I had planned to do this, and then I was thinking, oh, what am I going to do? And one of the things that I want to touch on and play around with here is the fact that our snail has retired. So this guy is no longer, but we have our Stampin' Seal. And so I want to play around with this. I haven't played with it yet. It's brand new. And the funniest thing is I'm thinking I'm going to go with the Dutch name because I had to laugh when I took this out of the box and realized that the Dutch name for this is Flinkenfest. So if you hear me refer to it as Flinkenfest, it's just because of the fact that I really like that name and I think it's really fun. So our snail, most people are familiar with our snail. Let me get a couple of pieces of not so great paper here. So our snail that we had was our tape runner, and so it would leave a, let's see if I can get this in the camera, would leave a solid tape line. And I would say it was a fairly good stick. You could still take it apart. It kind of pulled the paper apart a little bit, but nothing that if you realigning and stuff, it wasn't too tremendously bad. So I want to do and play around a little bit before I get into my stamping today to see what this is all about and show you what it looks like on camera. I need another little piece of scrap. And this is what I do with my scrap paper. It's all in front of its family, or in front of its big card stocks, full size, 8 by 8.5 by 11. And I just kind of keep it in there so I can keep it all in one spot. So I'm grabbing little pieces when I need to. I want a couple pieces. So let's see how the stamp and seal works here. Ooh, it seems like it goes on a lot smoother. That's just the first thing I'd have to say. And it gives you about the same coverage. Let's see here. Playing around. How does this... Oh, it's actually a little bit easier. The paper didn't rip. You got little stickies on both sides. Hey, I like that. I can deal with that. That's pretty cool. I'll put that aside and see if it gets any, like, different as it sits. So, that is the stamp and seal. And that's what I wanted to test, to see if, because I would have to tell you I'm a tape runner girl. So if I have the snail, that's what's going to be used. Not so big on liquid glues because I tend to stick my fingers together and that gets kind of embarrassing, especially in front of a class. Just saying. So another thing that I wanted to touch on today too was that we are in this, in that time frame where we're going to be subscribing to the August Paper Pumpkin. The Paper Pumpkin, if you want to go and check out on my page here in a little bit when we're done here, of course. It is World's Greatest, so it's hinting around to like trophies and stuff, and I think that's going to be super fun, and I can't wait to get that one. But today I figured that on top of playing with the Flinkenfest, I figured that I was going to play around with the So Inviting stamp set, because I really love the scroll on this, thank you. And then the Bloom and Grow photopolymer sets. So, play around. How is everyone going to beat the heat today if you are in my area and are going to get hit with this heat? I am, as I said before, I am going to probably be in my craft room all day. Just working on a little bit more organizing and more masks and such. That's what's going to keep me out of trouble. And if you are commenting and I'm not seeing it, I am so sorry. I have my TV going so I can see what's happening, because I'm using my phone right now to record, of course. Oh, I want Stays On for this one. So the Stays On Jet Black, and I've got that thank you out. And this is kind of going to be more of a simpler card, although I'm going to probably bring out my markers here in a little bit. But I want the thank you right smack dab in the middle. And then this is not going to work for me today, so I'm going to put that over here. And then for the Bloom and Grow, I'm thinking, see, I'm just playing around right now. This is me and how I create things. I think I'm going to go with that one. And I haven't used that one yet, it doesn't look like. Oh, grab another block. If I can find the block I want, that would be even better. So this one will work. And I think I am going to go... was so nice this last week. I was actually able to get my hair cut. It feels like forever since I've gotten my hair cut. I think I'm going to turn it over because I want it to be kind of a... Oh, that did not work for me at all, did it? See, this happens. Happens to the best of us. I think I have such a hard time keeping my StazOn inked up good. So I think that's my issue right now. But just in case, I am going to bring out this. Just goes to show that everybody has these issues. And if you have these issues, you are not alone. Even the professionals have issues. All right, let's try this again. It's going to be a little stamped off, but try to line it up as best as I can here. There we go, that's better. Do a little bit of a play around. That was a lot better. See, it just tried to make me look silly the first time. It's like, ha ha ha, you're back on camera, Barbie. We're gonna make you look silly. Although I think I can do that pretty well on my own. And I'm hoping that my daughter is in the other room laughing for other reasons than that because I'm being a dork on camera. I was just reassured it's not because of me. Okay. But then again, why would I think my 16-year-old daughter is paying attention to me anyway? And then I have a couple of blank spots in here that I want to kind of fill in with some leaves, I think. And whatever combination I did to fix this seems to have worked. So, I got a little bit of extra space. So the greatest thing about these photopolymer stamps is you can see through them, so you can line them up pretty well to make things not look so silly or overlapped or... So yes, so after many attempts and a lot of work, my craft room was once again my crafting oasis. I was looking forward to this time. Well, that's just a little bit off, but I don't think anyone would really notice unless they were really looking hard, I think. Could always go in with a black pen and just kind of elongate that out. And I think I'm going for my markers today. And apparently my markers got all mixed up. So this is how I store my markers. I keep them all in, by family, in the stamp cases. And I have them along with my inks that I keep in, well, a DVD case, because that's how I do things. And I think I'm going to go with the Balmy Blue today. This is pretty much I don't know if this would be considered completely a simple stamping card because of the fact that I'm using the markers. It is technically ink, so I would think it's sort of along those lines. But, so I just call it a simpler card. And you can, if you don't have the markers, you can use the blender pens and the ink pads, if you have the ink pads, to color in. I tend to like the markers. I haven't delved into the blends that much. I have a couple of them, but I haven't. I don't do well with change, so I would so I know my markers and I know how they act and such, and I haven't really, the times that I've used the blends, I've liked them though. Eventually I'll work on getting the blends. I'll get there. So it is going to be crazy hot out there today, and I am just going to be playing around in here, creating fun stuff. Staying out of trouble, staying cool, and drinking my coffee. Probably is probably is a funny thing to do when you're trying to beat the heat, but and I have never professed to being an art major, so the way I color things in is probably weird, but it gets the job done. I guess that's the main thing. And I try, keyword try, to start off with the lighter colors and work to the darker colors. I don't always succeed at that. And do I miss spots? Probably. And then there's another stamp that has flowers on it that I'm pretty sure that I have colored leaves as flowers and vice versa. Oh wow. I can't dwell on that one very much. And then the question is these little ball type flowers, I'm assuming they're supposed to be like baby's breath, which is white, but I have been known to color them in as pink, purple, blue. So like I said, not an art major, not going for realistic, I just go to color. I'm hoping everyone is keeping well through all of this crazy stuff. Another thing that I wanted to mention too, saying all of the crazy stuff, is that starting next month, I am going to be starting my card classes up again. Now the only difference is they're not going to be in person. They're all going to be online. I am going to be posting posting what stamp set I'm going to be using. So then, because I am not able to send out stamped images, pre-stamped images. So I'm going to be posting what stamp set I'm going to be using and all of the products I'm going to be using, because I'm not going to be mailing anything out. So you'll be able to see what I'm going to be using and order it if you would like to, so you can stamp along with me in the card class. The card classes are going to be posted on a website called Patreon, and if you are not familiar with Patreon, it is a subscription-based website where you can subscribe to different channels, is what I'm going to call them, and you are, it can either be an automatic subscription, or I'm pretty sure you can go in there and turn it off. I haven't really checked into that. So you can come, pay for your subscription for the month, see that particular card class, and previous card classes as well. You'll be able to see. I'm not going to be taking those down, and let you be able to see what I'm doing for card classes. If you want to keep with the subscription, then you're going to automatically be in my card class, so you'll automatically see the next month. And I will make changes if need be here and there. But for the most part, it's already set up. I will be posting my the link to my Patreon here within the next couple days again, so that way you guys can get to it, take a look at it, see what you want to do. I have various tiers. So one tier is that I remember that I put on there, because I've set it up and then I thought about it and I'm like, I don't know, we'll leave it and see. But one tier that I have is just card classes, so you'll just get the access to what I post for card classes. Another tier is home decor. Another one is Paper Pumpkin. So if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber of mine, if you go and get that tier, you'll be able to see my Paper Pumpkin extras. Alternatives, that's what I'm looking for the word. My Paper Pumpkin alternatives that you can make using similar, using the coordinating such and suches. So I'm going to try this out, see how this works, because I have been asked when I'm going to be starting my card classes up again, and I'm just feeling that this is not the right time to jump into them again quite yet. So I just want to let things blow over just a little bit more, but I still want you guys to be able to get access to what I'm doing and the card classes that I have had planned since I got my Way Cool planner. Finally started doing a planner and planning ahead, and this is what I get. So I want you guys to be able to see my card classes and such. Like I said, I'll be posting to give you plenty of time to be able to get to to get whatever supplies that you need to make the cards with me. And so you can do them right away as soon as I post the videos for them. They're probably, I'll try to do them live. If I can't do them live, I will definitely be watching the comments and such if any of you guys have questions on anything. That's the only thing I don't know, because I'm new to this too, so we will learn together. So all of these colors that I am using today are from the Subtles collection. So if you are going, what colors is she using? So it would be the Highland Heather, Balmy Blue, Calypso Coral, Petal Pink, and Pear Pizzazz for today. So far, I'm probably gonna be taking out at least another one. But I'm itching too to get back to my classes, because I'm just missing doing classes. I'm in a real funk over all of this, actually. First month, I'm like, oh, this is cool. I can... What? My daughter just goes, vacation days. I'm thinking, okay, this is cool. I can handle this. I can sit in my comfy couch, brand new couch, and I can sit there and I can talk to everybody this way and get get opinions from everybody this way. And now I'm just like, this is kind of sucky. I'm ready to get back to life. That kind of sounded like a Hamilton reference, actually. 2020. The year of nothing. But, yeah, it's just... It's been draining on me the last couple months. Was awesome the first month, second month, okay, this is all right. I'm handling it, and then now it's like kind of to be over already. And I took out my So Saffron just to give you an idea of colors. But this is one of those cards that you can do in whatever color. Whether you want to do, I guess you can even do them in neutrals if you really wanted to, but I don't know about gray flowers. I don't know. If anyone has done that, let me see the pictures, because I'm interested in seeing what that would look like. But I can definitely picture them in the Regals and the Brights too. Neutrals, not so much. I'm kind of ignoring the middle of my flowers. So I'll go back. Like I said, I don't always stick to that whole rule of light to dark, because I'm pretty much going from the darkest, the darker colors all the way to probably the lightest one in this pack. And now I'll go with Calypso Coral for the middle of the So Saffron. See, I'm like sitting here fumbling around with my markers. I am out of practice. I have to get back into practice. All right. One last little tidbit here. And I think it is good for whatever sentiment you want to put in the middle of it, on the inside. And there we go. That is my card that I decided to make. Oh, forgot a leaf. Color that one in real fast. There we go. Ah, 2 leaves. What has gotten into me? Too much chatty. Not enough coloring, I guess. But the chatty is good. I wanted to chat. So there is the card that I made today. And again, that was using the So Inviting photopolymer stamp set, which is also going to be used, I think, for my daughter's graduation party invites this for 2021. And then I'm pretty sure it will happen. You might have to wear a mask, but it will happen. And then the Bloom and Grow stamp set as well. So lots of fun stuff you can do with these stamp sets. And as far as for today, I think that is a wrap. I hope all of you guys are doing well. I really enjoyed this time with you guys. And I will be getting this up on YouTube later today. So for those of you who weren't able to make it, you'll see it here on Facebook, and you will also see it on YouTube later on today. I am also, like I said, going to fill you in on all those links that I have talked about today in my in my jabbering. And until next time.